trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
This is VP4 TV. Here is a list of scheduled upcoming matches in this year's VP4 2022 World 10 Ball Championship. I will try and stream as many matches as I can, although time zone differences will be an issue. I must thank those players who take this into consideration when arranging their matches. Please subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channels to join in the stream chat.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to VP4 TV. And well, the story this afternoon is welcome to Matt, welcome to Bill, welcome to Dwight. The story is at about 3:50. I thought I'll have an early dinner, and then of course once I've had my dinner, sat down in front of the TV, fell asleep for more than an hour, woke up, came to the PC, set the schedule, and found out that, well, I'll let you see because I've got another little trick that I've added. I've been messing about with it, split, and let's see if we can get this to work. Hang on a sec. We have an updated schedule. There was a match that was supposed to start an hour ago, or about 50 odd minutes ago, and yeah.
Does that sound any better? It might be the cable that just came loose in my mic. Let me know if that's a bit better. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, I came back, and yeah, we just I've got my mic's got an extension. It's got quite a short cable, but it comes with an extension, and it's a little 3.5mm jack, and it's just worked its way loose. And when I came back, I had to rush to try and get this stream set up here. If I can remember the button, I think it's that one. That was the one that I had rushed to get set up. But of course, when it got to the time, Mark Sharp was here. He was all raring to go. Sergaresh was a no-show. He didn't turn up. So anyway, we're here for the original match that was in the schedule. And you can see the rest of them that have been updated. There's also another one today, and it's the one lost side. The only problem with that is this is the last day of my 2 days off. Back to work tomorrow, so I won't be streaming the one later on tonight. We've got this match coming up at the top of the hour. We have One Pocket Slim against Little Wolf. I think I said the other day that might be a bit of a bloodbath anyway for Slim. I think Slim will canter through that. He should. And that's at 10 PM British Summer Time, 5 PM Eastern, 2 PM Pacific. And then we've got Cobra against Mooncake tomorrow night at 8 PM British Summer Time. Then we've got Bill and Mr. Fox on Sunday at 7. And we've got Popman and Spectre Dawn next Saturday at 7. And of course, a reminder that Saturday night for the next umpteen weeks is Saturday Night 9-Ball League. And I am playing this week. I can tell you one thing, I won't be playing next week because I've got the live stream next week. So I'm going to be shuffling the teams for next week, Mark. So you better get some practice in. We are about 5 minutes away. Steve, I think the other day said he'd be joining us, so we'll wait and see. I'll just I don't think he'll be here so soon. I'll just do a quick check. No, he's not there. And if I also press this other button, I can get rid of that, so that doesn't stay there all the time. So we're all set up, good to go. What else is there to talk about? Was there any matches that I missed on the bracket? I can't remember. Let's have a quick look, see if we can find it. Was there any other results came through? It doesn't look like it, unless anybody else knows. Here, Pig and Brain fell out. They have to arrange their match on the one-loss side. Interchange Jets got through against Bankster. That was maybe a match that I missed. That one, I don't recall doing it. Mark Shark now goes through to play Machine, so that's going to be a tough match for Mark, but he's still capable enough if he puts his mind to it. And then, of course, we have Biggs against Paul, another one-loss side match. We've got the one between Bill and Mr. Fox has been arranged. So, of course, we know on the winner's side, we've got the big match we're waiting on, Albinario and Bedhead. They've got until October the 10th, remember, so there's still plenty of time. There's no rush for them to get their match arranged, and they'll use common sense and get it sorted. We've also got that match with Popman and Spectre Dawn next Saturday. And then further down, we've got Cheeky Chico, who is lying in wait for the winner of the match tonight between Stubb and Biggs. And then further down, we have Barker's, who was telling me a minute ago, he was just PMing me a minute ago saying that he'd been sending out messages to try and get a hold of Acero, and I don't know whether Barker's knows, he probably doesn't. But I've just found out that he was getting no response from Acero, and as you can see on the HUD on the bracket there, Acero has forfeited. So Barker's has an easy step through to the next round now. Who's he playing next? He's playing the winner of the Cheeky Chico possible Stubb match, or Jover. We don't know. Now, according to Spectre Dawn, Jover isn't to be taken lightly, so we'll see how that turns out. I don't think I've really seen Jover much. I think I've maybe seen him in Friday Night 9-Ball once, but that I can't even remember that. So we will see. We will get a judgment of him after we see him for a couple of racks, and we'll find out just how good he is and whether he's going to give Stubb problems. The good news is that Jover is in a room, at least he was a second ago. He's disappeared. Where's he gone? Yeah, well, he was there. He was in game. He might have gone. He may well have just gone to reboot or rejoin or whatever, which is sensible. Quick look again. Hang on. Oh, Steve's still not there. In fact, I don't know how. I mean, I presume Steve's a bit too far north to get the proper battering from this hurricane that has moved into Florida. That hit there yesterday, so he might be getting. He might be getting some weather. He might be getting nothing. I don't know. So we'll see. Right, we're almost at the top of the hour, and we're waiting on the room to go up. I'll have another quick look. I still don't see him in Discord. He might have forgotten all about it. But I presume he's in the lobby. Is he there? Yes, he's there. So, well, no doubt he'll come in and let us know he's there. Stubb. Oh, Stubb will get. Yeah, I mean, you can get a 2-hour. You can get a 2-hour mute now and a 2-hour kick. Whatever. Well, obviously Steve won't be kicking him. He'll mute him. That's if he turns up. That is. Right, the room is up. Let's get ourselves in. And we are good to go. Let me check my camera. Yeah, that's still there. And let me just tab out again to have a quick look. Nope, still no sign of him. Oh, there he is. He's just appeared.
Good evening.
Welcome to VP4 TV. You're watching a Tactical Genius production. Please welcome your commentary team for this
Hang on a
match,
minute, Steve.
9ball.com and Super Admin aka Steve Chapman, CEO and President of Cellaris, Inc. Good luck to both players and have a good one.
Wait a minute, guys, there's a problem. Steve, can you just say something again?
Say something.
Yeah, I don't know why you're not coming through my headset. Hang on, I'm hearing you through my speakers. Just give us a minute, guys. Something's gone pear-shaped.
Discord, just grab the wrong device. Just change the video device on Discord, or the audio device.
Right, where the hell do we go? Hang on. I need to go into the cog thing, don't I? Because people won't be able to hear you.
You just go to settings, audio, I think.
Where the hell is it?
Video, and then look at input
Voice and
device
video.
and output device.
Right. Now it's got everything on. Everything is on default.
Oh, is that your default output
Right, hang
device,
on.
your headphone?
High definition audio. Hang on a minute. Speakers, real tech. I don't want that. Right, try that now. No, I'm not hearing you at all. Testing. Right, hang on. I'm going to restart Discord. Just hold on, guys. I've got some strange issue going on with Discord. Oh dear. Why does this have to happen? Right, let's test that. No, I don't hear anything. Hello? No, I'm not hearing you at all. I'm not hearing a damn thing. Well, this is a brilliant start. Right, they're about to start, but I'm going to be missing that. I can't get this to go to default. Hang on.
Recognizing your device.
Testing. Testing. 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing. Testing. Hello. Right, it's obviously my Windows that's away in the blink for some strange reason. Let me try that. Hang on. Yeah, it's went. I don't know. It's went to speakers for some strange, crazy reason. Right. We don't want the digital. We want that. 1, 2. Hello.
Hi.
No, I'm still getting you coming through my speakers. I don't know why. This is not going to be good, Steve.
Well, the good news is I don't hear them echoing back.
Oh God.
Well,
Yeah.
Cobra says he hears echo though.
Why is it doing this? Right, let me check your name, see what the hell's wrong with that. There's nothing I can do other than change the volume under your name, so I don't know what's went wrong here. I mean, I haven't even touched Discord. I've been nowhere near it.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it's not recognizing your headphones as an output device.
Right, hang on.
When you look at that list, you should see your headphones in the list as an output device. If you don't, there's something wrong. When you go to voice settings, you should see, if you look at the drop down, you should see your headset listed there.
Yeah.
Well, select that.
Yeah, it's on default. It's on all the settings it was before.
No, drop the list down and select for your output device, select your headphones.
Yeah, that's what it's on, and that's set as default. Where's the sound settings again? Video and audio.
I don't know. I don't see anything showing as default other than output device you can set to default, but just explicitly set it to your headphones.
Microphone.
Because I don't think you're
default as your headphones right now for some reason.
Right, I've now got you sorted. Hang on. Right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Right, hang on. Let me just get rid of the crap that's up on my screen at the moment.
Well, it looks like Poland Power is going to win the first game.
Right, let me get.
I think he's got the advantage in this match. You know, Jover. I think Jover's a little less experienced in playing these things. He's just going to have to take advantage of Stubbs' mistakes. And if he can't do that, he's probably going to lose.
Right, guys, apologies for that. I don't know what the hell happened. Believe me, I don't mess with Discord. I just switch it on and switch it off once I'm finished with it. So something went funny.
Well, Cobra, what was the pick for the match here? You got a score?
Hang on a minute. There's something not right here. There's something not right because I've got VP4 coming through my head, my PC speakers. Hang on. Yep, I'm not hearing VP4 now. Good God, hang on a minute, guys. Oh dear. Right, hang on. This is weird. This is bloody crazy how this is going on. It's not a Windows update or something crazy like that, is it? Right, hang on, Mike, is that?
Yeah, but even been another application.
We're good to go now. I've lost VP4 and
so you got it?
Yeah, I've got the sound, but now I'm looking at I'm looking at a black.
Can you guys hear me? I'm not sure they can hear me.
Oh God.
I'm not hearing a. Okay, Cobra says it's okay now.
Yeah, it's okay, but there's no picture.
Huh. Details.
There's no picture of VP4. That's decided to disappear. I don't have a clue what's going on here today, I'll tell you. I have not got a clue.
Hey, I've got a hurricane here. I've got an excuse. I don't know what your excuse is.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was wondering how bad the weather was, but suddenly I have lost VP4. Right, let's have a look. And suddenly it's decided to come back. Right. Oh, God. Right, have we got a match on here or not? Let me just test my buttons. Hang on. Right, what are we at here? Second rack. Now, everybody hearing Steve okay, everybody hearing me okay, everybody can see the picture now. Just give me an okay if everybody's happy now.
Hopefully. I'm happy.
Right, so, well, whatever it is, it's a good start for Stubb.
Well, I mean, Jover made a pretty bad mistake. I mean, Stubb missed the ball and Jover couldn't take advantage of it. He came up short on the shot and had to kick it to 5-ball. And, you know, I mean...
Well, I have it in good authority from Spectre John that Jover is no numpty. at this game.
No, he's not. I've seen him play some, but I think he's definitely the underdog in this, and he's going to have to play well. I mean, Stubbs going to make mistakes, so he's going to get chances.
Well,
but you got to take advantage of those chances.
Stubbs should be buried here in a second. I have not got the foggiest idea what that was. I mean, that. Well, no, I said I've been told in good authority it wasn't an umpty. Well, I've just seen an umpty shot because I haven't a clue what that was.
Well, you know, get in a match, and you know, a little nervous. He's on the stream. That may make him a little nervous. You know, he may need to settle down.
You'll need to do quick.
Yeah, you know, he is going to get chances from Stubb because Stubb is still going to be Stubb.
Well, this is going to be 3-0 because this 10 ball's going in.
Yeah, he's probably not missing this.
Well, if you want an exercise in digging a hole for yourself, we're just witnessing it.
Yeah, well, it is a race to 17. He's got time. He's just, you know. So Stubbs going to have to push. We'll see what kind of push he comes up with here. Oh, forget pushing. We'll just slam the balls.
Yeah.
Now that's the kind of thing Jover needs to make him pay now.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a terrible shot. He should have pushed out. I mean, it'd be one thing if you did some kind of control kick where you're trying to kick safe, but that was just a slam, which is... You know, the thing is there's a good chance that you're going to make a ball and it's going to be a missed call there when you slam it like that. I mean, I just don't get that. Maybe he thinks he's playing 9-ball. Okay, that was a good shot. And it looks like he's going to get a chance to shoot a 410 here. He's got to decide whether he's going all the way across or not, and he decides all the way across, which I like. A lot of guys try to get that speed perfect. I would have gone across like that. He came up a teeny bit short of the line he wants, but...
It's not bad.
He's not bad. You know, I would expect he's going to make this. I mean, if you're going to miss it, he's going to miss it into the end rail. He's probably not going to overcut this.
Yeah, he needs to look at that gap.
And if you do miss it, you want to miss it on the overcut side. You definitely don't want to hit into the end rail because that just means you know.
You're bringing it into the table, yeah.
Yeah, and he missed it on the overcut side, which I think is, at least he understands the ball's going to throw and he's going to have to cut it more. He just cut it too much.
Welcome to Cobra. Welcome to Rabbi. Anybody else? Oh,
wow, look at that.
That's a bad one from Stubb. I think Stubbs, I can tell Stubbs seen the scoreboard and thinking he doesn't have to worry here, which is a bad sign for him.
Stubb might not have the mixture right yet. I mean, that's the second time he's missed a 4-ball that, you know, really shouldn't have missed. I think Jover may try to drop down on the other side of this 5-ball, but I don't know. I mean, he's going to play safe. You know, that's not a bad idea. When things aren't going your way, playing some safeties isn't bad, especially against a guy like Stubb, who's just going to start blasting balls. Is he going to even call anything? No.
No.
Does he understand when he makes a ball like that, he's going to be giving up the table?
I'm just telling him.
Yeah, he's going to have to give up the table.
I mean, his defence, he'll turn around and say, well, I would have miscalled it, but he's...
Well, this is a chance for a two-way shot here. You play the bank and hit it easy and bring the cue ball down the long rail there and hit it at a speed where the 4-ball's coming up near the side pocket.
You see what he just typed there? He says, I've just said, call the kick stub. He says, why? It's kick safe unless it's pocket there. I mean, and look at the speed he hit that.
He doesn't have to call it if he thinks he's kicking safe. Now, kicking at that speed, trying to get safe is kind of crazy.
Well, that's stupid.
He's got like one gear on his mouse. It's like blast. He doesn't seem to have any kind of finesse. All right, so this is pretty simple. This is just forward with left English. I think he should be putting a little more on than he's got, though. Okay, he wasn't going 2 rails. I would have taken that 2 rails, but that's fine. He's perfect. I like the way he hit that ball, you know, really attacked it. Yeah, see, he's playing where he's, you know, playing to move the cue ball multiple rails. He's attacking it, and I like that style of play. I mean, no, I think, you know, maybe he's getting over the nerves and he's going to get rolling here. Yeah, and I think he's going to get plenty of chances from Stubb. I mean, judging by how this match has gone so far, Stubbs missed 2 easy shots, and he's just blasted every time he's been hooked, even when he could push out. So I think Jover's got a better chance to win this match than I first thought. I first thought, well, Stubbs got an advantage because, you know, how well he shoots and runs out. But if he's going to play like this, maybe Jover's going to win this. Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem. It's not that far from the pocket. Yeah, that won't be an issue though, because it's close to the pocket. You'd have to, you know, you don't want to leave yourself a big cut on it, but as long as you have a reasonable angle, it should be easy to make. Yeah, see, these are the kind of racks Stubbs going to run out almost every time, and that's fine. You know, that's his strength. But well, look at this. How you got to roll. The thing is it's the other stuff, those crazy kicks and stuff. I mean, if you're playing him, if I'm Jover, what I'm thinking is I'm going to play safe more than normal, because if he's just going to slam balls, you know, and not try to kick safe, I don't even have to play safes that are necessarily that good, because he's, you know, he's not going to take advantage of me if he gets a chance to kick safe. He's just going to blast it. So I would definitely play safe more than normal against Stubb. And he's
That's
pretty
pretty
much
good.
perfect on that. The problem with Stubb is his missiles, they're all offensive. So all somebody has to do is lob a firecracker into his home office, and he's dead, and his country loses. He may have a lot of nuclear weapons, but you know they're all offensive, and he just has no defense. So if he doesn't run out, he's probably giving up the table to the other guy.
Well, this one ball goes, and he's got to watch the cue ball to. I mean, this 2-6 cuts no problem.
This is an easy table. He should get out here. I mean, the 3 is probably the biggest issue, and it's really not too bad. And just got to make sure that he gets a shot on the 2. He can get over reasonably straight on the 3, and he should be out. Well, I don't think I would have hit it like that. That was a mistake. I would not hit it on that side, because you know, as soon as you do, you know, the 2 ball is going to move quite a bit.
Now he's got to skim past the 8 and keep himself in play and not run down by that 7 and 10.
He may play safe. This is trouble here. Yeah, I mean that was really a poor choice of how he played the 2-6.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, he needed to he needed to hit that fairly full and maybe even stun it back. Yeah, I mean he need to leave the 2 in front of the pocket. Well, Stubbs no good on this. There's no bank. It's either safety or a blast.
Good evening to Spectre.
Oh, Spectre, you're just well. He actually played a safety.
Well, this is asking to go
He
down by the
should get
10.
locked up here. I mean, 10 ball is right there. I might play this. I might actually play this just short of the pocket with the speed to bring the 3 ball to the middle rail and take the cue ball over between the 7 and rail. Like that, but I would have hit the 3 ball a little different. I would have hit it, you know, more at the pocket, more full. But he's managed to get this in a funny spot because the 3 doesn't go, and this might be a blast. This is kind of stub territory for blasting.
He might be going on. You're trying to get into the corner. Yeah, that's what he's trying to do.
Well, that was a really well played shot. If he really played the kiss off that 4, which I kind of doubt. I mean, that was a tricky shot. He got away with it. I doubt he played that little ticky off with the 4 ball.
Well, this has to go safe, whatever happens.
Yeah, well, this isn't a hard kick. I mean, you just got to get the line of the 3 ball right. He's doing the right thing by jacking up. He didn't hit it hard enough. That was one you needed to hit because you wanted to take it down table to the long rail and then to the end rail. And I think jacking up and stunning it was the right idea like that. He just didn't. He didn't hit it hard enough. You know, it's just like moving a cue ball. You've got a line and you've got a speed. So when you're kicking at balls, that's what you need to be thinking about. What line do I want this ball to go on, and what speed do I want to hit it so that it's got the best chance of getting safe? It's not any kind of like magic or rocket science or anything. It's just thinking about the line and the speed. Now, granted, you know, kicking and getting the line right is something that may take some practice. I mean, you know, I'm sure lots of you guys have been kicking and not hitting it the way you want to. I mean, but that's ideally what you're trying to do is pick a line and a speed.
So 5-1 for Stubb.
Semi-pros here.
Good evening to Semi. So Jover's well up against it already.
Yeah, and he's kind of deserves it because he's really made some pretty bad mistakes. I mean, we already knew from the start that Stubb was going to run out better than him. You know, that Stubb runs out very well. I mean, I'm not going to say he's the best in VP, but he's certainly one of the best at running out. It's the rest of the game that he doesn't play well.
So the 2 ball has gone, but the 3 ball is at best a 3-6 combo.
Well, he was playing the 5 ball. I didn't see him call it, but he must have been playing the 5 ball. He's just asking to have a problem here where he makes a ball that he didn't call. Because if you're playing that 5 ball, you need to call that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens if anything happens later on.
He must not have been playing the 5. He must have been cutting the 1 because.
Yeah, the pace that he played it, he was obviously trying to run into that the 3 and 6.
Yeah, the only reason I thought that is he hit the 1 so bad. I mean, it was like that wasn't even close to the pocket.
And Stubbs gotten away with it. I mean, there's room to kick it. I think is the 8 ball in the way. It might be in the way. I think he might have to play this with right English off the long rail on the right. I think that's.
Hey, Bedhead.
That's probably the only way you can get the line to get to that 3. I don't think you can get it straight.
Yeah, it's not a hard kick. You know, you probably want to kick it easy, which he didn't.
I think it needed a bit of right.
You're almost guaranteed a shot on the 4 ball. So let's see. I'm gonna make Cobra happy. Cobra, I missed one ball in league last night, and guess what it was? It was a bank shot.
You shouldn't have admitted that. He'll never let you forget it.
Well, you know, these diamond bar tables, they bank short, and it was a back cut bank, which I did put a little outside on it. And, you know, these balls are pretty dirty. They twist pretty good. And, you know, I thought I hit it right. And of course, I came up short. I almost never miss a bank long on those tables.
Well, he's not going away with it this time.
No. I mean, it wasn't a bad play. It just he didn't get there. So, you know, here we go again with, well, he's going to try to kick this in, I think.
Now, does anybody remember, well, you need to have a long memory, but anybody remember the features thing on the Solaris forum about when VP4 was in production for suggestions and features? I always remember reading one feature that somebody wrote in about having an applause button in VP4. I remember that. Well, I've added that little feature especially for that person, whoever it was that suggested it.
Oh boy.
You're going to get to hear it.
See, the reason why it's not in VP4 is like every time Stubb missed, there'd be like 10 people pressing the applause button. Oh God, I guess we're gonna have to mute Stubb. He's just is normal.
Oh, and he's missed the sitter there. Here we go. Let's watch this.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
And Stubb always gets an applause, whether it's good or bad. Well, here we go, Jover. You've been handed a gift, and well, you can't miss them. Where's Spectre done? Where's Spectre done to tear him to shreds? I mean,
I think his mind is sort of blown right now. You know, he's in that state of shock.
Yeah. Well, he's missing sitters. Let's be honest. That thing there he should never have missed.
Well, you know, I mean, obviously he plays better than this with just his rating. So I mean, he's just struggling.
This is playing right into Stubbs' hands, not putting him under any pressure, not giving him anything to think about.
Yeah, well, he's letting Stubb just blast away and not penalize him for it.
That's the first thing. I mean, it doesn't not necessarily against Stubb, against anybody. You know, you have to be taking these opportunities if you're going to survive.
Yeah, you got to punish them when they let you. If you get to the table, you need to run out. I mean, unless the table's really bad, and then you need to lock them up. Jover's gotten plenty of chances. That's not his problem.
There's Keith in the building. Well, Keith, this is a round 3 match, Keith.
Keith is here. Hey, Keith. TheKissOfDeath.com.
That's me. I had a lot of hopes after I was talking to the guys in that challenge room the other day. Spectre Don gave me a lot of hope for Jover.
Well, there's another miss by Stubb. I mean, he's missed a ton of balls already.
Yeah, it's just. It looks though the way the pattern's going that it's going to be a bits and pieces job for Jover. He's going to get the odd rack gift like this, where Stubb misses a ball with like 2 or 3 balls to go.
This is sort of a now or never moment here.
Oh goodness me!
Could anything go more wrong than that shot?
Oh well. I think it's going to be a short night, folks. Yeah, Keith, you still get this carry on with the computer? He's too busy flying model aeroplanes anyway. I don't think he can be really bothered. I think he's...
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, this is one that's got away again. I mean, at least 2 or 3 racks should be jovers if he had held himself together. But,
yeah, the amusing thing about this is Stubbs going to think his full missiles blazing strategy is working.
Yeah, he's going to come out of the game thinking he played well.
Well, there's a ball down. Be interesting to see the break stats this time, because last match they weren't great for either player. Fox was actually pretty much in a terrible category.
Now that's weird. Yes, I actually tried the other day to get it working when I tried changing graphics. Now you talk about graphics in VP4. Well, what you need to do is
that's the problem with you need to go to your keyboard mapping and click defaults and save that and shut the game down and restart it, and then you should be able to change graphic modes fine.
Yep. That's a VP4 Windows 10 or whatever it is bug.
That's just an upgrade problem that I tried to fix a couple times and have not been able to.
Yeah, that'll fix it, Keith. No problem as far as being able to change your actual graphic setting. So, as Steve said, go into key mapping, then click default, say OK to that, shut down VP4, restart it. That should allow you then to go in and change it all. And then here's hoping the game works, though. Here's hoping you don't have the stutter or whatever.
Yeah, that was a bizarre problem.
Oh, that might be locked up.
That
might be locked up behind the point. It is.
Well, this is the play it off the titty shot. He just hit the ball off the opposite point. I mean, this ball goes. Well, what's he doing?
You talk
I guess he doesn't know that shot. You just hit it off the other titty with some left English, and you can make that 3 ball, especially where it's sitting off the rail. He tried to jump it. That was, even with the jump cue, that's hard. I have made that jump shot in matches when I was hooked on the side pocket titty and jumped over it and made the ball. I mean, that shot's possible, but it's got to be a jump cue. There's no way you're doing that with a playing cue.
It crashed the last time you tried to do that, you're saying?
Well, if it crashes, you can send me a message log and if you know how to get the Windows crash information, send me that too, and I can take a look at that.
Well, I'm saying nothing.
That makes no sense, because he had a pretty high-end system and stuff. It makes no sense the kind of problems he's having. Although I have known people that were cursed. I've got an artist I've worked with a lot who, the biggest mistake I ever made was building him a computer. Had nothing but problems. And then he gets a new computer that he bought from somebody else. Nothing but problems. I finally figured out he was cursed. Either that or he's watching too much porn or Where's These sites, because...
Oh, dear. 2 straight on that 7. And...
Well, this is a bad angle. He's going to jack up a little, which is the right thing to do. If he's going the way he's been going, he's probably going to miss this. He's jacking up more than he needs to, though. Unless he's going all the way across. Yeah, sit. He let the ball turn over. The problem with jacking up like that and then letting the ball turn over, and what I mean by that, losing the stun, it starts rolling forward, is that if you're not exactly in the center of the cue ball, left to right, you're going to turn that ball. And it's not going to go in the direction you're aimed. And it's real touchy. It's real touchy. So you don't want to let that ball turn over. So instead of hitting so far down on the cue ball there, he should have been up just a little below center and you know, able to hit it harder and still get it to go forward. Maybe even just straight center ball there. Yeah, he just played that shot wrong, and I don't know if the cue ball turned, but it might have.
I was having a quick look there to see who Stubbs going to play in the next round, and it's Cheeky Chico. So
Well,
no pressure on Chico, but I'm expecting a much better effort than what I'm seeing so far.
well, the interesting thing if he plays Chico is that Chico plays a lot like Stubb, smarter, but you know he runs out good, and you know Chico's problem, as far as what I saw last match, is he just misses too many balls that he shouldn't miss. But other than that, he plays pretty good. I think his patterns are probably better than Stubb, and he plays safe better than Stubb. And you know, if he can just not miss as many balls, I think he'd be the winner against Stubb.
So 7-1, Jover at the table. I mean, Jover's.
Oh boy,
Has
there
he-
we go again.
yeah.
You know, that's just a terrible shot. I mean, you cannot leave that short. You can go a little too far, but
Yeah.
you can't be short there.
You know, if you go a bit too far, you're simply cutting the 4 in, and the cue ball's coming into the table for the 5 anyway. So
Yeah,
you
and
know,
where the 4 ball was, it wouldn't have mattered. Oh,
well,
look at this.
that was almost good.
He almost got it in. Well, I mean, this is looking like it's going to be a wipeout, which is a shame. You know, but I think part of this is just, you know, competitive experience, where Jover's probably nervous and his mind's kind of blown how he's playing. He's thinking, how can I play this bad? How can things go this wrong? And, you know, we've all been there where everything goes to crap.
Now, what time is it in the Philippines?
Let's see. It would be about 2:30 a.m. I believe he's 12 hours ahead of me. 2:30 a.m. on Friday morning.
Well, that's probably a valid reason as well. He's probably
he's
half
playing
asleep.
league then. I mean, you know. Well, you don't know. He might be a night owl. He might work nights. You know, you just don't know. Yeah, I agree, Cobra. Stubbs not playing very well.
Well, he's not having to. That's the problem. That's my argument. He's not having to because he doesn't feel threatened. And the longer the match has gone on, he's feeling even less threatened. So he's going to get more reckless and loose, and he'll get away with it.
Well, he started out reckless and loose.
Yeah. Well, he's come up dry, but Jover, what's he got here? Well, he should be nailing the cue ball to 7.
Yeah, this is a little tricky with the distance it is. He's going to have to kind of roll up on the top of it if he's going to do that. It looks like he's going to the 2 ball. Oh, no, he's doing something else. Oh, I don't, yeah. See, there we go again. See how he went low on the cue ball there?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do that. You just want to roll that,
Well,
because
that's a missed call.
You're not going to be able to, you're not really killing the cue ball there. There's no reason to drag it from that distance. You should just roll that ball, just the Q-tip, one tip above center, and just roll it lightly. Yeah, all putting that kind of draw on for that type of shot does is make it a lot harder to get the speed right.
Keith says changing the VP4 res, I presume you're talking about, crashed my PC, had to reboot. I won't take up your guys' time on this, since your streaming will get logs sent to you.
That's very strange that it crashes on a resolution change.
Remember, Keith, if you're getting the VP4 message log and you're running VP4 and then it crashes or something happens, then don't restart VP4. You need to get the message log before you restart VP4 again.
Yeah, and I want the crash log too, if you can figure out how to get that. You know, you go into the Windows. Windows has a
Windows. What's it called again? Windows.
It's an event viewer. It's called
the
event viewer, and you go to the. You know, there's 4 different logs. You go to the. I don't know. I can't remember the system logs or the Windows logs or what it's called, but you'll see a crash error for VP4, and just get the information and copy it and send it to VP4@Solaris.com, and I can take a look at it.
Well, he's going for a bump here. Nope. I thought it was, maybe he didn't have the angle.
I think this is smart doing this. You know, now the issue is getting a shot on the 6. Now the 6 is going to come out and kind of go straight up the table from there. If he hits this right, he can shoot it in the side pocket. He did not. He didn't get the cue ball out of the way. he needed to do something with the cue ball there. At the angle he had to hit it, he couldn't go forward with it. He would have had to pull it back. Now, you can see an edge on this, but it's a pretty small edge. See if he tries this shot. I mean, the problem with this shot is if you miss the 6 ball, you give up ball in hand.
Well, there's no sign of life here. I wonder if he's. Oh, there he is. Yeah, this is really thin.
Yeah, that's right, Sam. I rigged the fixtures. I think we've had this discussion at least a couple times during this tournament, how the bottom half of the bracket is a lot better than the top half of the bracket. So anybody in the bottom half got a lot better draw. And that's what happens when you do random draw tournaments. That's going to happen sometimes. I mean, we can do seeded tournaments, but I think it's a lot more fun with random draw. Plus, I think the guys that are, not as strong a player have a shot to enjoy the tournament a little more because they're not going to have to play a monster the first round.
Well, Stubbs gone to that spot.
Yeah, well, I've heard this sort of story before.
It goes, and it's 9-1.
I'm not a psychiatrist, so I'm not going to recommend any medication for you, but
well, that's probably the way the tournament system's meant to work, Mark. Out the hat system.
No, he's talking about every round. That's what's called a buyback tournament. So in real life, I've played in a couple buyback tournaments. The big one is Derby City. The Derby City Classic's a buyback tournament. So you're playing in a tournament with, like 9 balls, like 450 people. So what you do is after every round, you do a new draw. So there's no losers bracket. So if you end up taking a loss, you can have one buyback. You buy back in the tournament. So the interesting thing is that, you could end up playing Shane Van Boning back-to-back rounds. Because you can play anybody in the field any round. I've played in a tournament here it's to make it worse, it's a handicap buyback tournament. I've won it, I think 4 times now, and it's a fair amount of money to win it. It's usually, I don't know, 4 or 5 grand if you win it. And there's some things that I don't particularly like about buyback tournaments. One is that you have to wait till everybody finishes before you can play your next match. Obviously, in this kind of tournament where it's a non-real-time tournament, having to wait till everybody has played their match to do a draw is a big disadvantage. It basically means the tournament's going to go to the limit every single round, probably. And in a real-time tournament, it's kind of a disadvantage too, because you got to sit there as a player and wait for the whole round to finish. So I don't think we're going to do that kind of tournament, but it is an interesting concept. I mean,
let's watch a replay of that last shot.
Well, what was that?
Nice little bank. It was a bank every day shot there for Stubb.
Interchange X's here. Yeah, I think Semi-Pro needs some meds. He's having delusions.
Yeah, he's convinced Stubbs getting the best of the draw each tournament.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to get convinced as well, I have to say. I have to go along
Yeah,
with
well,
semi-pro.
Cobra, we've already had that. I've already had that discussion with Bill, and you need to ask Bill what the result of that was. Because I actually spent the time to go back and look at Bill's draw in every single World Championship, and it wasn't like that. I wouldn't say that Bill had the best of luck in the draw, but it wasn't like that statement.
So Stubb on to double figures. Jover, well, he can't get himself going at all, and when he does have that opportunity, my hopes aren't that great for him that he's going to be able to do anything to even make this score a little bit more presentable. So let me just check my little doodah that I added just to annoy the guys as well, but I like to see it working.
Bill says I lost the discussion. Well, it wasn't really like that. I just, I just wanted to see what the results really were, and I can understand feeling like that because sometimes it just feels like, you can't get a good draw. I went through this in real life where every single tournament I played in, I'm playing, I mean, I can go down the list. Jose Perica, John Mora, Lee Van Corteza, Ernesto Dominguez, Stan Turnigo. I mean, it was ridiculous. Every big tournament I went and played in for like a year, the first round, I got, a guy that was a champion, a lot of them Hall of Famers, like great players, like top players in the world. I'm playing first round, and it just seemed like I was cursed.
And don't forget as well, if you look back in that the Black Ball World Championship, there was Stubb going along the same lines, thinking that, oops.
Whoopsie.
Well, that's another great opportunity gone. Stubb was thinking along the same lines that he was getting a good draw, and then I think he had Zangetsu. Somebody will check and tell me I'm wrong, but I think he got Zangetsu second round in the Black Ball World Championship, and Zangetsu sent him on his way to the one-loss side. So Stubb might have thought that was going to be easy, and then found out very quickly it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean it's well, look at this. This is the position he plays for the 10 ball.
Yeah, this is.
And he's going to bank it. I think he's just screwing around at this point.
Yeah, this is going to go in. Be a bad shot for him to miss it. Yeah, perfect. So, when did this match start? 49 minutes ago. And it's going to be one of the fastest in the tournament. And Jover.
I'm not adopting any VP4 players.
2 ball goes in. Shot in the 1.
3. I've already got enough problems with a wife and a cat. I don't need anybody else.
So, 2 ball in the break. 3 ball, well, middle right of the table. So, cue ball's got to go at least 3 rails, and I think he's overhit this. He might be hooked. Well, I think he can see it, but can he see enough of it to do anything with it? Yes, he can. And I know what I'd be doing here. I wouldn't be drawing this. I'd be playing this with top and left English to go 1, 2, 3, and down here to get to the 4.
Yeah, well, that's no good there. That's not going to work.
I mean,
well, Interchange X, if you could set up a virtual office here, you'd have a pretty good business on VP4.
Oh yeah, we've definitely got some people that could do with some downtime in the couch.
I'm not going to mention any players, but his initials are Wanwa.
Yeah. Of course, you need to learn Italian before you took that job on, because he'd have to have time to go and Google Translate everything you said to him.
Yeah, and Alicia B, aka Sarah P, aka Michael, has gone away, or that would have been another prime candidate.
So Stubb going to get to 12. And now we should be taking bets as to whether Jover can get to 3 racks. And I don't think he will. I'll say it right now. I think that's him got his rack for the night. Unless Stubb ends up doing stuff like this. Now you can still cut it. Oh, cue ball. Oh, well. I think...
Well, Snakes would be an easy guy to treat. Just get him to stop drinking. That's about 90% of the problem.
I see that Dual Universe has come out, and I was watching one of the videos on it. Not that impressed. Not impressed with the fact that it's. I think it's £10 on Steam just to get the thing, and then you've got the monthly subscription thereafter, which it doesn't really make that clear when you read anything on Steam. I don't think. I didn't read anything about it, but there's like 4 different tiers of subscription for it. And unless you're in a group of people, I would say to people it's pretty pointless doing that. Like most of these MMO games, it's pointless subscribing to them if you're only going to be a loner and you're not in a group of people.
I'm not even saying anything about this shot.
Well,
hey, it went in. He's got another game.
Thank God he's proved me wrong. Maybe that's the reverse psychology working there, Steve. I said he would never get another rack. And
I don't know. He's just having a nightmare. I feel for him. You know, it's like anytime anybody goes through this kind of match, it's painful to watch, but it's more painful to play it.
Keith, are you impressed with it? I mean, I watched a guy. He was doing a live stream, and there was a fair bit of stutter on it, and he was trying to work out what the problem was.
Well, I just don't get how Stubb is playing this rack. He had a perfect chance on that 2-ball to go across and bump that 6-9. The 3-ball was sitting right there in front of the pocket, and he didn't do it. Now he's way out of line. I mean, Stubb is he is not playing good. And somehow he's up 11-2.
Yeah. Well, is he going to go... What's that one up the top rail? Is that the 8-ball? Well, quite clearly, he's either going to try and come around into the table for the 6-9, or he's going to blast this and try and break something here.
I would think he'd play for the 6-9. I mean, moving this, well, knowing Stubb, who knows?
Yeah, he's trying to get there.
Yeah. And it doesn't make sense to move that. The combo's too easy. And he's in a perfect angle here. He just cuts this back. 6-ball goes towards the other pocket. He's got to make careful you don't hit this too hard, because you don't want the 6-ball going into the other pocket. Oh boy, he lost the cue ball. Maybe undercut that a little bit on the 6. I expected it to move more than that.
He's playing the lockup here. I don't think he's going for the pot.
Me?
Yeah, he's playing the lockup.
Stubb?
Yeah. And he hasn't played that very well. But
he never does it. He has no practice doing that.
He's got away with it.
No, I think that carom goes, or the billiard. 6 to the 7. It's tight, but I think it'll go if you hit it easy with a lot of left English. You got to just skim the 6.
He's trying to do the same thing to Stubb, I think. He's trying to push the 6 through and come off the end rail in behind the 7.
That's not a bad. This is going to take just a teeny bit of right English.
He's not doing it, though. He needs a bit of right. He ain't doing it.
Yeah. No, he's pretty good here.
Yeah.
He didn't roll up on the 7-ball, but You know, that's the thing. Once you get the line right on that, you might as well try to roll up on the 7, because if you've got the line right and you got the hook and that kind of shot, you know, I don't see why you wouldn't try to roll up on it.
Yeah, I think he's only been in VP4 for a break semi. Yamaguchi Taru. I mean, I think he played in it. What, did he only play in one World Championship? Was it the 9-ball? Well, it wasn't called the 9-ball. I think it was the Masters or something. I can't remember, but I think he only played in the one. He hasn't been back since.
Well, now the big question is, how many games is Jover going to get? He's playing safe again.
That's
and
a good
is
shot.
A terrible safety to play. And the reason why I
Well,
say
it's
that
good.
is
It's
if
good
you
you
don't
get
get
cover.
the snooker, you sell out. You know, that's not the way you want to play safe, because that was far, far from guaranteed getting that snooker.
Yeah, well, he's got it, which counts. I mean, it was a big risky shot, but you know, he needs all the running and luck and the good rolls that he can get.
You might as well shot a ridiculous shot out of the pocket as that, and that's just too hard.
And was he saying anything about hanging around, or is he just passing through, or what?
Well, I know he had some issues with the changes. He sent me a couple things that I still haven't looked at, but he sent me a couple things from the 0.7 system, which is a Japanese system for 3 cushion, and I'm going to take a look at them. Because we did do some 0.7 shots when we were doing the new tunings. So he's saying that these shots aren't working, so I've got that on my list to do.
This Sex Trillion guy in the lobby, who I don't know what language he speaks, it's some form of gibberish.
Turkish.
Yeah, it's some form of
Turkish.
Gibberish English that he tries to type.
He's using a translator, I think.
Oh, he's ranting on about 3 cushion as well, I think.
Well, that's different. You got to understand. He's saying things like, "Oh, you know, you're changing it. You're doing this to it. You're doing that to it. It worked fine yesterday. It doesn't today." When nothing's been changed. So you know, I mean, it's hard to take him seriously when he says stuff like that.
Where's I hope Interchange X has got a pen and a notepad for taking these names down. Sex Trillion's another one you want to get in your list for a bit of question and answer. What's the score now? 11-3. Well, he's got 3, and now he has a target of 5.
Yeah, well, you get in a whole nother thing when you start talking about different cultures and stuff, because you know their cultural norms and how they do things and how they interact aren't always the same.
This will be quick.
And I actually went through and sort of did a analysis of you know, what kind of issues you get from each culture and stuff like that. And one of the ones I did was who complains a lot. That was an interesting one. Who complains a lot and who complains without merit.
I hope you're not including me in that list, Steve. I don't complain. I just go on about bugs and stuff and things that need to be put in the game. I'm never a complainer.
I'm not putting you in that category.
That's good.
But you know, like probably the worst complainers tend to be Americans. I mean, complaining without merit. But you know, I mean, that's a stereotypical statement. So obviously, not everybody's like that. Germans tend to complain a lot.
Yeah, but even
just
Boris,
as much as the Americans. But the Germans tend to actually be a little bit more sane in what they're complaining about. Like most of the time, what they're complaining about has some merit. And you know, it's like crazy and stuff. You know, I mean, who's more likely to be racist? Who's more likely to you know, be screaming and yelling, and who's abrasive, who's really nice, and you know, it's like crazy because all the cultures are different. So it's interesting being online and seeing all these different people. Because let's face it, most of us normally don't interact with that many cultures around the world every day. except for online.
Yeah, I have to admit, most of the mad people I've met online are American. When I was playing Gran Turismo, most of them were crazy.
Well, there's something about the crazy white guy thing. You know, most of the serial killers here in America have been white. I think we've had more serial killers than just about any country, and most of them have been white.
Somebody posted
Not too many black serial killers.
Somebody posted a picture on Facebook, and it was a picture of Jeffrey Dahmer, and the top line above his head said, "Are you coming over for some ice cream?" And at the bottom of it said, "I've got Ben and Jerry's in the fridge."
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, we've had a fair amount of that here, and like I say, it's mostly white guys, so.
Yeah, well, Stubbs not quite sure of where he's from in the first place. I mean, he's convinced he's Polish, and
Well,
he's a US citizen.
Stubb ought to be in his own unique category.
Stubland.
He's kind of a one of a kind.
Stubovakia. That's the country he comes from.
But, you know, you got to try to enjoy everybody. We don't usually outright ban people, you know. We've had some like Nazis come in and stuff like that, and they got banned pretty quick. You know, people have been warned about some things, but, you know, those kind of things are going to get you banned pretty fast.
Well, Jover got to 4. Stubbs going to get to 12. So, once again, quick reminder, the match, Mark Sharp didn't go ahead with Sergaresh. That was a forfeit. The match we've got with Stubb right now. We've got Slim later on. I'll be in bed for that. We've got Bill and Mr. Fox to come. And we've also got the match with, who is it, Spectre Dawn and, Cobra and Mooncake and Spectre Dawn and Popman. So these are the matches that are in the pipeline.
Well, we got quite a few of them now. Oh, that's good. So we got Friday, tomorrow, losers match. Bill and Fox is a losers match, and then Popman and Spectre Dawn is a winners match.
Yeah.
Is that in the bottom half of the bracket or the top half?
What, the Bill match?
No, the Spectre Dawn. Who was that? Somebody had a really good draw. It might have been Spectre Dawn. There was one really good player in the bottom side of the bracket, because the bottom side of the bracket, like Semi had noted, is weaker, way weaker than the top side of it.
Well, again, just a quick mention as well for people who weren't here at the beginning of the stream. I got a message, a PM from Barker's just as I was starting the stream, and he said, just to let you know, I've been trying to get in contact with Acero, and I presume he sent him a proposal or two, but he had no response from Acero. But that was, and after I'd finished speaking to Barker's, I then looked at the bracket and could see that Acero's already forfeited now. So Barker's is now through, and he's waiting to play the winner of this match, if you know what I mean. So if Stubb goes through like we think he is, he's going to be playing Cheeky Chico, and then the winner of that match with Cheeky Chico and probably Stubb then plays Barker's, and then we're into a different kettle of fish. That's a step up.
That lower side is still a lot easier than the upper side, because Spectre Dawn's in the upper side. You got Spectre Dawn in there. You've got Albinario in there. Mal was in there, but he forfeited out. You've got Bedhead, Machine. And you've got some good players on that side that went over. Interchange X went into the losers bracket.
Stubbs a blast at the 5. He's comboed the 8 ball as well, and he's blocked out on the 6. for the pot unless he fancies a blast at the very long combo. He doesn't seem to be doing that. He's not called a pocket yet.
Where was Cobra? Cobra must have been in the top bracket too.
Where's he going? Now, what pocket was that?
Yeah, Cobra lost his first match to Spectre Don. He was in the top bracket.
Welcome to Wit. Q-Sticks went to that Pullians, didn't he? That's where he was hanging out for a while, and then I had a look in Pullians a long while ago. I'm talking months ago, to see if we could see his name anywhere. And I don't think
he got banned. That's why he's not here.
I don't think he's active there either.
Yeah, he was banned from VP4. Just
he might be
too many problems, too volatile.
Now that 6 ball went into the side there, and presuming, and he did call it. Did he get a really lucky fluke there? Because I was trying to read the chat at the same time.
I don't know. I don't think it really matters at this point.
Where's the cue ball going?
Blish.
Where's the cue ball going?
I haven't seen him in there, but then again, I only drop in there like once every 2 or 3 weeks to have a quick look around and see what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, the turning the cue ball loose like that, you know, you can run the cue ball 3-4 rails. There's no problem with doing that, but you got to know the path it's taking. If you're just turning it loose like Stubb does and just hoping it works out, then, you know, maybe 80-90% of the time it does, and then there's the times it goes in a pocket.
Well, Jover's got his 2 targets I've set for him. He's got to 5, so his next target is to get to 8. So the break's dry, and presuming he's called. I'm assuming he's called a push out.
I don't know why you wouldn't push out here. This is a little tricky. Trying to kick safe here.
The thing is, if he pushes down to where the 8 ball is, I think he's asking for trouble, because Stubb can cut that 1 ball into the corner. He might even play the pot in a 2-1 shot here, come around down for the 2. But he might try and just run it into the bunch there like that, although he hasn't got the cue ball away, but he still got lucky.
It wasn't the greatest push in the world. I mean, there was a lot of options there.
So the thing in the news over here is that the Queen's death certificate was revealed to the public. Because she died in Scotland, there had to be a death certificate up here. If she had died in England, that information wouldn't have had to been made available. It's because she was outside England, and the death certificate said she died of old age, at the risk of stating the obvious.
Well, let's see what kind of safe Jover decides to play here. Yeah, that's kind of a minimal thing. I mean, that's really not that productive.
This one might go, because if you can just get the pace in it and get that feather edge.
Yeah, and if it doesn't go, you may get safe. It's the scratch you got to watch out for there. Well, he didn't scratch, but he left a shot.
So that's what I was meant to ask you there, Steve. I take it you're not getting anything like the bad weather that they've had further south.
Well, I mean, it's not a Category 4 hurricane that's hitting us. I mean, I got a little issue potentially with storm surge, but other than that, I'm okay. So, you know, we're going to get some wind and a lot of rain, I think. Well, last time I looked at the forecast, it was like 6 inches of rain was coming. But luckily, the eye of the storm's going north of us. So that's made things a lot better.
Now, I think
see.
he's gone.
What's
Yeah.
the latest for it? Okay, yeah. See, the storm keeps moving further east. We've gone from 6 inches of rain forecast to 3 inches.
Yeah, so the further away it's going, the less the intensity.
Just a lot less rain. It's just moving further and further east, which means it makes landfall further and further north.
Upstream won't work in 1080 on YouTube app on smart TV. You have to make do with 720. That's unlucky. Bill says
Oh, you're in South Carolina now? I thought you were in Dallas. When did you move to South Carolina? I don't read Facebook much, so you probably said that in there.
Well, this, well, I mean, this is a shot where you cut it and you run for cover, don't you? A bit of left English on it. Don't scratch the bottom corner and get decent cover in this 4-ball every day of the week.
Yeah, this is pretty easy.
Yeah, well,
or you can shoot it.
You've got to know your limitations, you know, and that's exactly what it was crying out for there, putting stubborn bother, and this doesn't put them in trouble.
Oh, is it Travelers Rest, South Carolina? Well, by the time it gets there, I don't know if it's weakening or not. Let's see.
Well, is it still out in the ocean, or is it coming?
Yeah, it's still on the ocean, but the thing was, it was kind of just maintaining strength. It wasn't really weakening. It was already down to tropical storm. It's more for most people, unless you're on the coast, it's more an issue of how much rain's coming. There could be a lot of rain.
I'll just stun past this 9-ball.
Okay, I'm looking where Bill is. Oh, Bill's near Greenville. Yeah, so you don't got a lot to worry about. I think the storm's actually going to pass east, quite a bit east of there too, on the track it's on. It might hit Charlotte pretty full on. You'll probably get a bunch of rain, Bill, but
you know that we fairly frequently get the sort of the remnants of these hurricanes coming. You know that if they go up like the sort of, I mean, I don't mean on the east coast of the states, but they head that direction, and then up to sort of maybe not quite as far as Nova Scotia, but they then head over with the what do you call the high winds again up top, the upper winds, what is it you call it, the jet stream. The jet stream brings them into the west of Scotland, and we get the tail end of them. So we end up with just wet and windy, but nothing like, there's nothing in those storms once they get across the Atlantic.
well, we get a lot of crazy weather here in the U.S. I mean, a lot of other places get hurricanes, but nobody gets tornadoes like the USA does. I mean, they get them, but they don't get it like the USA does. It's just crazy.
You know the good thing about them, you can keep them. That's a good thing about that. You know, and that's what happens by having a big landmass. You know, like the States. You know, if you have a big landmass, these big storms can develop.
It's not just a landmass. It's a unique situation with our tornado situation here. It's not just because it's a big landmass.
It's a cold air from the mountains as well, isn't it? Coming down and mixing.
The mountains, the jet stream. It's just, there's a lot of combination of things that make it so that, like the Midwest here just has, if you look at statistics on tornadoes and how many there are, and also how strong they are, there's nowhere else in the world even close to what it's like here in the Midwest.
Mm.
In the South too. We get a lot of them in the South. The ones in the South typically aren't as strong as the Midwest, but they kill a lot of people because the ones in the South happen at night a lot.
At night time, yeah. Well, that's a bit of a lottery, that. You get the tornado warning, and then you're thinking, well, what the hell do we do? Do we bail out of here or what? Or head into the cellar?
I got a bathroom in the center of my house. Get in the bathroom, the wife and I and the cat get in this bathroom and sit there. You got to go to an interior place in your house if you don't have a storm cellar. You know, there's not too many people with storm cellars except in the Midwest, where, you know, they get some unbelievable tornadoes there that just wipe everything out.
Well, you'd be too tall to fit under your pool table, Steve, because it's fairly sturdy. But your head and your feet would be sticking out either end.
The typical thing, if you don't have it, is you get storm cellars. You get in a small interior room like a bathroom.
Yeah, we've got a bit of bad weather coming in tomorrow. That's going to hit the northwest of Scotland first, and then the weather front will move through. So we'll get a deluge of rain tomorrow. Well, Stubb well on his way, but Jover is going to get another one on the board.
Yeah, Jover's he's starting to play a little better, but
yeah, it's just damage limitation
now. Too late here.
Welcome to Rob.
So Semi-Pro wants to do a live draw. What, you want Hugh to stream the live draw? Is that what you want, Semi?
Yeah, I used to do that, Steve. I used to do that on VP3. I can't remember. I had a program. I can't remember where I got it, but I had a program that would allow me to just put all the names in, and then do a draw.
Oh, I mean, we could do it. I mean, I have to write a little code to do it. All I have to do is slow it down and have a way to display it, because, you know, right now the draw is just done all at once. But, you know, if you said, okay, we're going to draw a name out of the hat every 2 minutes, and you could, you know, it'd be like the NBA draft or something, you know.
So Jover misses the kick. And I'm looking to see where the potential problem is for Stubb here. He's going to...
There shouldn't be a problem.
He's playing... Well, he's cutting out all the problems. He's playing the 3-10. Get it done with.
Yeah, I'd probably try to run out here. Well, not the way I play this game. If it was real life, I'd be trying to run out here for sure. You know, a lot of times, especially early in a match, or if you're struggling, you have a pretty good look at a combo. Sometimes it's better just to try to run out and try to get some rhythm and get comfortable. Of course, I don't think Stubb could get much more comfortable than he is this match.
Couple of balls in the break.
2 balls on the break.
A shot in the 1 ball.
It'd be interesting to see these break stats, because you know, this has seemed better than the last one. Maybe I'm not right about that. I haven't paying that close attention, but it seems better than the last match.
So into the gap between the 7 and the 8. See that what's the 2 players that have withdrawn from the court case against the PGA? I saw that in the news the other day.
Mickelson was one of them. You know, the thing is that the reason why they're withdrawn is because LIV has filed their own case. So I think the players just feel like, why should I be part of this? Let LIV do it. And
oh dear,
you know, you never know with these antitrust things, because, you know, the law can be strange. My opinion of it, just as a layman, is that you know, I don't think that the players or LIV is going to be able to get antitrust based on the fact that these guys can't play on that tour. I mean, they signed an agreement not to do competing events in the United States. You know, it's not just like, okay, well, they could go play Europe events, or they could go play this or that. That was all true. They had to get a waiver from the PGA Tour, but the other thing is the tour explicitly said that you cannot play in a competing event in the United States, and that's exactly what's happened with LIV. So I kind of doubt they can win that, but the rest of it, you know, you've got the PGA Tour making a concerted effort to get all the majors, which are not run or owned by the PGA Tour, to deny entry to the LIV players. They're also working to deny them world golf rankings. So that's very anti-competitive behavior. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if the PGA Tour gets dinged pretty bad on that.
Yeah, that'll get thrown out. Oh, Jover's missed another one. Welcome to Tommy. You won't be here long, Tommy. This is all but over.
Yeah, Tommy, you got here just in time to see the end.
Well, Stubbs presumably leaving the bank.
Well, I know Cobra would come to a live draw party. He'd get his gin and tonic and have a blast.
No, he's playing the cut. He's going to bump the 6, I think. I think this is the plan. Bump the 6, hold for the 5. Oh, where's the 6 going? I think he's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that anybody would have predicted this score, especially the way Stubb has played.
2 straight again.
He's asking about that. Stubb has not played very well, but
he's going to have to thump this to get the cue ball out.
Yeah, this is not a hard shot. He didn't put that much top on it because he was afraid he was going to follow it in. But I thought it was near impossible if he hit that with speed to follow that in, unless he hit it into the fat side of the pocket.
Stubbs just been feasting off what's been left for him most of the time. I think that's probably a way to describe it. Jover's been making far too many errors.
Now that was a good opportunity for a kill shot. That shot on that 8 ball. That's a good time to use that kind of, you call it a drag shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean anybody who's further down the line, in line to play Stubb, for example, Cheeky Chico, then I wouldn't be running scared.
No, but I think if Chico plays like he did last match and Stubb plays like this, it's going to be a close match.
Jover's dry again.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised we don't have a few more players from the Philippines, and a little surprised we don't have, more high-quality players in the Philippines, because I don't know if you guys realize it, but pool is like their national
Where's
sport.
the cue ball going?
That's the biggest thing in the Philippines is pool. So they all play pool from a young age. There's probably more good players in the Philippines than anywhere in the world, even though it's not a very big country. But we haven't seen them in VP.
So this is the decision here for Jover. Play the 4-9.
I would think he would. I mean, that's...
No, he's trying to get inside it and
I don't get that, because it was easy to get on the 4-9, and, if you just roll it, unless you hit it really bad, you're going to have a shot on the 4.
Yeah, again, that's going to be a missed call. I wouldn't have called that shot that he played there playing within his limitations. He should have just played for the combo. I mean, it was not difficult, and he's now sold the rack.
Yeah, you got to wonder about choices. I mean, when you're playing, I mean, it's weird. I mean, I've made some bad choices when I'm playing, or but I'm always kicking myself afterwards, not because I failed as much as because it's the wrong choice.
So, Stubb on the hill, and he's got himself hooked, but he's going for the kick. I think he's not quite got the line. Yes, he has got it. I thought it was going to just miss that, but he played it well. Called it into the side, or has he called it into the corner? I didn't catch
this
that.
This kind of bank is very speed dependent, because the object ball is far enough from the rail.
And it goes. So Stubb goes
That's it.
through by 17 racks to 6, and well, let's just reserve our overall judgment and Jover for another time, because he was
Yeah, that was
nowhere
not
up.
his best.
He was not up to the job, I'm afraid. So let's look and get confirmation. Stubb is through to round 4, and Cheeky Chico lies in wait for that match. The deadline is October the 10th for that one. We'll go to the stats. I don't think the stats in this setup for this match are going to be that impressive. Let's have a look. See if we can find Stubb and
Yeah, there's more than
Jover.
100 million people in the Philippines. Yeah, there's a fair number of people, but most of them are scratching dirt.
Jover, go. Break stats. Dry breaks. Jover was 50% dry breaks, and he had one more break than Stubb. Stubb was 45.45. Run out from the break, Jover had one, Stubb had none. Average balls made, 0.5 for Jover, 0.7 for Stubb. Now, wait a minute there. That's run outs from the break. That's where I've got it wrong. Right, so racks ran, it's 1-all. Racks high run was 1-all. Money ball shot for Stubb, 15. He's 100%. And as was Jover, but he didn't get many. He only got 5. So that's the stats for that match. I don't think it's worth looking at the tournament stats yet, because I don't think they've really changed. So going back to the bracket, or in terms of the lineup, we've got the match later on tonight, don't forget, and that's the one with One Pocket Slim and Little Wolf on the one loss side. I'm going to have to sort that, it's going too fast. That's at 10 p.m, so that's in another 90 minutes time. I'll be heading into bed at that time. And then we've got the match tomorrow night, which is, I think it's at 8 o'clock, is it, or is it 7? What match is it tomorrow night? Oh, that's Sunday, Bill and Mr. Fox. We've got Cobra and Mooncake to come. So some good matches to cover. And I'll be there for most of them, with the exception of the one I've just mentioned. I think everything else should be reasonably okay for them. So we'll look forward to that. And don't forget, we've got week number 5 of the Saturday Night 9-Ball League coming up. I'm making sure I'm not in the team for next week. I'm in it this week, but I won't be in it next week because of that tournament match next week. Popman and Spectre Dawn is next Saturday at 7 p.m. So that's the winner's side match. I'll be there for that. Anything else?
No wonder Philippines has so many people. Their population density, like per square kilometer, is 10 times what the United States is.
It's just a small area, but big population.
Yeah, if we had the same population density, we'd have 3.4 billion people in the U.S.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. That's an awful lot of people. Right, so
Did you look at the stats? You got to look at the stats.
Well, I looked at the stats for the match. I didn't look at the stats for the tournament, because I don't think the stats for the tournament are going to change much.
Did you look at the break stats?
Yes, I did.
I missed all that. Sorry, yeah. I'll look at it myself.
Yeah, dry breaks. Stubb was 45% dry breaks. Jover was 50%. And the 10-ball stats, the racks ran was 1-all, and the racks high run was 1, obviously. And they were both 100% as far as money balls shot and made. But that's all to take from that match. Yeah. Not a lot, but
so 45% dry breaks. That's a little better than those guys the other night, I think, wasn't it?
I can't remember. But see, the overall stats will probably improve slightly with the matches that are left in the tournament. That'll probably be a slight turn.
The back of the rack a little more, because the dry breaks are still higher than I would think they should be.
Right. Well, unless you've got anything else to say, Steve, I'm going to watch a bit of snooker and then head to bed. And I'll be back for the matches as listed. If you want to watch a match later on, remember it's in 90 minutes' time. I think Slim will be too strong for Little Wolf, provided Little Wolf shows up.
No, I'm done. I'm gonna go watch the Weather Channel. My favorite thing to do in hurricane season.
Yeah. Right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your
Good night,
company.
guys.
And good night. Thanks for joining, Steve. And we'll see you again soon if my voice holds up.
Good night, ladies.